Presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the June 2nd, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial in. We'd love to hear from you at 877-927-6648. If you can't call in, hey, we've got you covered there too. I've got your back. Go ahead and send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. And inside the subject heading, please put a radio show question. And, of course, our Tiger's Den, well, any and every ping will do, but you know I like those private pings just so I can more easily keep track of your request out there. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now we've got a sea of green out here. All the U.S. indices trading the upside. Dow's up 201, 6/10. S&P a little over 1% at 48 points. NASDAQ nearly 2% at 248 points. Russell up 35 at 2%. Semis 2 6/10 or 79 points to the upside. If we take a look at gold, she's trading out at 1871. That's up 22 bucks, 1.25%. Silver up 1 8/10 or 39 pennies. Lights we crude up $1.62. Trade at 116.94. 30-year Treasury is flat at 138.18, and the natural gas contract is back 2 pennies. Lead the charge, dollar-wise the upside. You got Booking Holdings, 110 bucks. Mercado Libre, 69 bucks or 9%. Google's up 65 or 3%. Amazon, 61 or 2.5%. To the downside, Regeneron Pharmaceuticals off 37. That's nearly 6%. Eli Lilly down 3% or about 10 bucks. Amgen off 8, 3%. Northrop Grumman down about 7. McKesson off 6. That's about 2% to the downside. So let's begin by taking a look at let's go take a look at this here first. Let's go take a look at the TAS market profiles for our daily time frames. So the profile that had formed, was trying to form yesterday inside the ES Mini did not take hold. There was a new profile that did form overnight, and it's different than the one that is showing here right now. So I won't get a confirmation on its profile until this evening. The Russell 2000, on the other hand, did confirm its new profile, and that profile formed with price below it. That is a bullish message. That's the same message right now you've got for the ES Mini. So how do we interpret those messages? Well, first, the ES Mini hasn't traded above yesterday's high, so it's just an inside bar out there. The NQ has traded below yesterday's low, but not above yesterday's high, so it has not proven itself to us today. And take a look at the Dow Equity Future Contract, same setup. It's traded below yesterday's low, but not above yesterday's high. So it's not as if the rally right now that has unfolded is the kind that have the cheerleaders in Stevie's background out there. Now you get above today's high out there, it's a different story, or perhaps it's a different story out there. The Russell 2000 is the different story. It is traded above yesterday's high. It suggests that it wants to head higher. Now we'll take a look at the 8-panel set of charts out there for each of these to get a feel for what's going on. We'll look for some intraday signals out there. In general, though, if we take a look at the NQ out here, and that's where we'll start when we go down to the drill down to the intraday time periods out here. What the NQ has is significant resistance in the 12,995 to 12,973 area. 12,973 is the top of its weekly bearish structured profile. 12,995 is the top of its daily bearish structured profile. So price is traded into a resistance zone, but based upon the way that, and if Price closes above yesterday's high out there. Odds favor, it's telling you it wants to go target that resistance zone out here. So now let's go switch over, because we're talking about the NQ here, kind of make this somewhat easy to follow. If listening to me is easy to follow, then that's a beautiful thing. But if we take a look at the daily chart out here on the NQ, not telling us anything different than what we just discussed, but that 12,995 level, that's what you see at the top of that daily profile. In the case of the 300-minute chart, price is trading above the top of that profile right now. This bar does not complete till 2 p.m., but it closed above that level. That level is 12,753. That would be a bullish message. The 120-minute time frame chart is approaching its TD9 count breakdown level. So this is really the make it or break it area for the NQ. You would say if price is able to close above 12,837, then that would be a bullish message out here. But really, it's got to trade above the high from a few days ago, May the 30th out there. A close above 12,883. 1283 would be a very bullish message and suggest that move up to the top of that daily profile out there. As we scan the rest of the intraday time periods out here, I don't have any kind of a topping signal out there. So it does look to me like the NQ is signaling to both you and I that it wants to continue to move higher. Now, I do take that back. There is a 5-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator top out here. And so price could, in a very short period of time, pull back into the 12,745-ish level, 12,741-ish area out there. But that likely, not guaranteed, but that likely would be the end of that move, as the other charts here look very strong. So that's what's going on inside the NQs. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini out here, the one that is trying to generate a new profile for a second day in a row below price out there. Again, that is a bullish message, and it looks like I did not. This is not going to work out. Oh, no, it did. Okay. I didn't see that last two out there. So we're letting these white charts here populated. Please be on the white charts. I am. Okay. So on the daily time frame, the resistance level that it believes. So this chart. So on my black background charts, I'm using my advanced Doppler tool. And that's why I say I have to wait till this evening. So it's not going to show up. That new profile is not going to show up on these white background charts here. So these charts are saying 4168 is still the resistance zone. But that is not the, well, I guess that's the case until this evening, until I get a confirmation of that new profile. But that's where price looks like it's headed to right now. The 5-hour chart, price is just consolidated with inside its profile. Resistance there is 4167. 2-hour chart, price is trading above the top of its profile. That suggests to move up to 4187. That is its message. If we look at the 60-minute chart, formed a nice Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom this morning. Price is targeting 4165.50. That's probably the most important level for you to watch inside the ES Mini. That's from the 60-minute time frame out here. And we can see that its breakdown level ran into resistance 2 days ago on May the 31st at the 3 o'clock time period. That's where price found resistance. And then again, it was yesterday. There was a rally up into the 10 o'clock time frame. Price found resistance right there. 4165.50 is the key level for you to watch. It's likely where price is headed to. And if it closes above that, then it says that we are headed higher, it being the ES Mini. No topping signal inside the 30-minute chart. There's a 15-minute TD9 count top that could take price back to 4128. If price gets back to that oscillator and change line and holds, that would be a bullish signal out there. 4136 is also another level of support. That's coming from the 5-minute time frame for the ES Mini. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Would love to hear from you. Give us a call at 877-927 or send me an email like Hector did at steve@tfnn.com. Just put radio show question inside that subject heading. Thanks so much.
Of booming inflation, where your purchasing power is eroded, there's no better place to protect your hard-earned money than in gold. Vista Gold's flagship asset is the Mount Todd Gold Project in the Northern Territory of Australia. This is Australia's largest undeveloped gold project. We are talking a world-class gold project in a Tier 1 mining district. This is a large-scale, low-cost project with significant existing infrastructure in a politically safe and friendly mining jurisdiction. Vista Gold just completed the Mount Todd feasibility study, which resulted in a 7 million ounce gold reserve and a 16-year mine life. All of this, combined with the approvals of all major operational as well as environmental permits. This distinguishes Mount Todd as an attractive, de-risk partner, ready development stage gold project. Vista Gold trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol VGZ.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the market's open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So the charts that you're looking at on your screen right now are the charts for Goldilocks out there. Greg wrote in earlier, wanted me to take a review of gold, so we're going to do that right now. And in the upper left-hand side, so gold just rolled over into its August contract, and that's when I like using my synthetic version of the stock symbol here because it really helps us with the profile levels. Now, this profile level here in the upper left-hand corner for the daily time frame looks different than if I put up the August contract. Both are correct, but this one here is the one that we're going to use, or Stevie is relying on most. So what we can see right now is gold is trading into a resistance zone. That resistance zone not only is a trend line resistance, it's also its bearish structure daily profile. And that's between the range of 1867 and 1879. If we get a close above 1879, that's then going to suggest that gold will run to 1944. How do you reach that conclusion, Steve-O? Pretty simple. Gold, when it pulled back this week, there's a brand new profile that has formed. Price, the bottom of that profile is 1835.20. The center is at 1878. If price closes above 1878, well, one, that'll be above the top of the daily profile. That'll be then above the center of its weekly profile. And if we do get a weekly close, this is tomorrow, above this 1879 level out there, that's a real good indication that gold wants to make a run to 1944. The lower left chart is the price channels that the monthly time frame has, as well as a resistance level up at the 1882 level. That's the top of the monthly profile, and the quarterly profile is down below. And if we ever get a close above, I guess we'd call it probably here, a close above 2120, then what that's going to signal is that gold wants to make a consolidation measured move that should take price up into the 2932 level. So we don't have that now, but we know that that is something to anticipate, and that's going to be anticipatory if we get price above the top of that consolidation pattern. So that's one set of charts to take a look at for gold. Stevie believes, with regard to gold and whether or not you've got a sustained rally or not, that the most important chart are not these charts here. The most important chart is how is gold trading in all major currencies out here. And that's what this is, the daily time frame. And the upper left-hand side, or the left-hand side, the left-hand panel, I should say, is gold in dollars. It's showing up at the top. Then the next one, gold in euros, and gold in yen, and then gold in pounds out here. Now, the all-time high in yen took place on the trading session of April the 18th. And whereas gold had topped, or its high, its most recent high, gold in euros, gold in dollars, gold in pounds, took place on the same day. If there was a major top, that day was March the 8th. If there was a major top in place, all of these would have topped on the same day. You're not going to get gold priced in yen making a top and not so with regard to gold in dollars, euros, and pounds out here. So gold priced in yen is telling us we still have higher price to come. It doesn't tell us when. When we take a look at today's activity, though, you can see prices trading higher in terms of U.S. dollars, in terms of euros, in terms of yen, in terms of pounds. If you only look at gold in terms of just U.S. dollars, you're looking at 1/4. You're looking at 25% of the message of the markets out there. So don't do that. Don't do that at all. Always understand how gold is trading in all of the major currencies. Now what we can do is we can go switch over and take a look at the intraday, the 8-panel set of charts out here, just to finish this off for Greg. And so when I did discuss this with Greg or wrote back to him, I said, hey, you got to be careful with the 60-minute chart. So just from a play-by-play standpoint, and this was done at about 9 o'clock this morning. 9 o'clock is when right here, when gold on a 60-minute basis was forming bar number 9. And I believe I wrote to him and I said, look, you've got to be careful because you could see a top form between 10 and 11 o'clock. Well, if you take a look at the 11 o'clock high, that high has held out here. So you've got a valid TD9 count top in terms of gold priced in dollars. That suggests that gold and the oscillator and change line should test each other. Now, the oscillator and change line right now is at 1865. Price might move sideways, the line might move higher, but we should expect or anticipate that the rally should stall. Now, look, if price takes out today's high, that's a whole different message. But we've got the valid TD9 count. You've actually got to sell the D point. That's an A to B equals CD. I can draw that in here for you, Greg, and everybody else that's watching. So here's the A to B point. We're just going to take that bar, Kit Kat bar, right, and move that to the C point. And so you can see this was more than a 1-to-1, A to B equals C. The reason why I say it was confirmed was because of the shooting star candle that formed as we came on the air at 1 p.m. So gold should do a pullback out here. That doesn't mean that the rally is over, but we do know that gold on a daily basis is trading into a strong resistance level. Let's see if there's anything else to look at on the other charts. You have wave number 7 on the 10-minute chart. That suggests a further pullback. The 5-minute chart's going to give you a, looks like it'll give you a TD9 count in about 2 minutes out here. TD9 count bottom, that is. So it'll be interesting to see if that takes hold. 30-minute has a TD9 count with price pulling back to support. It's green oscillator and change line out there. So kind of interesting to watch what happens over the course of, let's say, the next half hour or so out here with regard to Goldilocks. The positive right now is that price is trading above 1867.70. That's a TD9 count breakdown level. But again, we're into a resistance zone. Different profiles that show up here on the daily chart that you're looking at versus the one that we looked at, which is a better chart for profiles in the early stages of contract rollover out there. Now, that was a mouthful. So that's Goldilocks. Greg, I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for writing in. Let's go take a look at what Hector wanted to look at, which is Google. So let's go take a look at, good, I just wanted to make sure I was on the white background chart there. So let's go take a look at our multi-time frame chart here. And we've got to Google, and the message or the question is this: Google, we loaded up the wagons on May 10th, received a gift on May 24th, and loaded more wagons with Google. Is it smooth sailing to its daily high volume high? Thanks and have a great day. So the high volume high, for me to take a look at that, I've got to go to my black background charts. I'm not going to switch here. I'm just going to go try to figure out where it is that is the target here for Hector and the fuel injector. So high volume high. Hector's giving me something to think about. I guess he's looking at the day of February 2nd. And so that would be a high volume high out there. And that's all the way up at the between 29.11 and 30.42. We're trading at 23.48 out there. So let's see if we take a look at the Google charts here. What do we show? We show that on a monthly basis again. Rhodes Momentum Indicator and TD9 count top. Price pulls back to support. You have a brand new profile that is nope, you don't have a new profile. It's attempting to form. You still have the same profile out there, but support is held. On a weekly time frame, you didn't completely get a buy the D point. The 1-to-1 would have taken you down to, I take that back, I take that back, I take that back. You got a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD to downside. That was confirmed with this bullish hammer candle on May 27th out there, the week of May 27th. So, and you've got an oscillator and change line that has changed colors. So, Hector and Patty, Google has not proven itself to you. All Google has done is given you that bottom signal. So kudos to you on taking that long trade. And now it's just bouncing up towards its oscillator and change line, which is currently printed at 24.40. What you really want to see, because you have those wagons loaded up, is you want to see price take out that level. And if it does, short of a new profile forming, then the price target would be 25.47. So the weekly chart just says, caution, Will Robinson. On a daily time frame out here, you did catch the Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom here, May 24th. There was also a gap to the downside, but you were correct out there. I was wrong, because you don't know whether it's the bullish or bearish signal that the market is generating for us. Well, clearly it was the bullish signal. Now, if this is only a counter trend move out here, Hector and Patty, I was going to say it would stop, but I see there's a new profile. So I take that comment back, and I'll finish off, take a look at Google when we get back from this break.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metal sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
TFNN has just launched their new trading room, the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. And now they are expanding their reach with the Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. In the Tiger's Den, you can look over the shoulders of Tom O'Brien and the other TFNN hosts while they analyze charts during their live Tiger TV programs, and join an interactive trading community with hundreds of members exchanging ideas. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day, even at night and on the weekends. The Tiger's Den at Discord is accessible on mobile or tablets as well, so it's always at your reach. To sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien has just announced a live Timing the Trade webinar Friday, June 10th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Join Tom O'Brien for 5 hours of live education as he teaches you his trading methodology right from his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. In this live webinar, Tom O'Brien will be teaching you his entire trading system, including quality volume, ABC structures, Fibonacci confluence zones, cause and effect, swing points, and more. We will be limiting this class to 40 attendees, so please do not delay and reserve your seat today for this special live event with Tom O'Brien. All attendees will also receive a physical copy of his book, The Art of Timing the Trade, an $88 value, mailed to you, along with a free month of his daily newsletter, Market Insights, a $169 value. For all the details and to reserve your seat today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So I switched over to the black background charts to finish off the review of Google out here. And we can see that price is actually trading above the top of its bearish structured profile. It did that 4 days ago. So again, that's a bullish signal. Now, price is traded into a prior swing point, Hector and Patty. That's a swing point from the trading day of May 4th. Pretty wide range, 23.14 to 24.62. Now, the volume on that bar was 1.6 million shares. You're at 754 right now, 754,000. So it seems like it's going to have light volume. But nonetheless, if you close above 23.1477. Odds favor price getting up to that 24.62 level. So I don't see anything bearish at this stage here. The other price target is at 23.49. That was that weekly oscillator and change line. So I hope that helps you out. Thanks much for writing in. Let's go to our first caller. It's Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing just great, Steve. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks much for asking. And the Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F, is what I believe you're calling about. Tell the folks what you're doing, how I can best help you.
I bought into this. If you go back to May 12th, it had a bottom put in with 113 million shares.
Yeah.
And then there was the retest on the 20th, went a slightly lower, like by, I think, 5 cents or something, or maybe more, maybe 8 cents, whatever it was.
Yes.
With 78 million shares. That was an RMI bottom there, at that point on the daily.
Yes.
And so I'm in at around kind of, I guess, mid-12s, and I'm just doing options on it, call options.
Okay.
Just want to get your thoughts on it now, what levels to be watching to the upside and even support levels. And then also, I think on the weekly, we should be getting, it might even be on a 9 count. We're pretty far along on the TD count on the weekly, so just wanted to have you take a look at it.
Absolutely. So the first question is maybe where do I see some resistance? And Brent, if you draw a trend line from the high of February 2nd, and then you connect that to the high of April the 21st out there, that's going to be your first level of resistance. Today, that would print out at about 14.11. Tomorrow, maybe that is at about $13.98 or $14 out there. So that's going to be your first level of resistance that I see at the moment coming from the daily time frame. The weekly has formed a new weekly profile. The next price target to the upside. So if price can clear that resistance level, then you'd be looking at a move to 14.87. On the monthly time frame chart out here, price pulled back, tested, and so far has held the bottom of its monthly profile, and that's at 13.73. So that's a black background chart. So we're going to switch over, take a look at the white charts. When we take a look at the white charts here, Brett, what you're going to see is that there actually is a TD9 count bottom for the weekly time frame. Last week was bar number 9. So this week completes the pattern. You still could get a flush lower, and it would still maintain that pattern. As we expand out the weekly time frame, we'll see that price had pulled back to its breakout area. Now it's in the 1262 range. So it formed that nice TD9 count bottom. Oscillator and change line change colors is the weekly chart that we're looking at. And price should make a run towards that line, which is currently printed at 1510. So that 1487 seems like a very likely price target based upon looking at the weekly bottom and the weekly chart patterns, knowing that the monthly held support, and as you pointed out, you had two different signals on the daily time frame. One was a test and rejection of that swing point for May 12th, which was, as you pointed out, a test with lighter volume. Then you also got the bullish reversal candle, the bullish engulfing on May 25th to confirm the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, and price then was also above its red oscillator and change line. The next day, a bullish structured profile forms, and then you get a close above that on May 27th. So that's the overview of what's transpired so far. So where is Ford Motor headed to from here? Well, the next swing point on a daily basis takes you to that May 4th level. So that likely is where price will head to. That's between $15 at the high, $14.26 at the low. Intraday-wise, what does Stevie's charts show us? Not a whole heck of a lot. A 5-minute chart had or 15-minute chart, I should say, has a TD9 count top. But support is held, which was 1380, and even below that, breakout support would be 1373. So, Brent, does this information help you, or what additional information can I provide to you that I haven't for Ford Motor Company?
Oh, very much so, Steve. That's really what I was looking for, and as always, very thorough in your analysis. I appreciate it.
Oh, perfect. Well, looks like a great trade out there. Congrats to you, and always good to hear from you, and I'll look forward to speaking to you again soon. Hey, Brent, tomorrow I know you kind of get up early. We're going to record the show tomorrow between 8 and 9.
I'll probably be calling you.
Perfect. So what that means, folks, that's Brent in California. That means between 5 and 6 in the morning out there, so you got to love that. So, hey, Brent, always good to speak to you. Thanks for your call. I appreciate it very much. Oh, I think we lost Brent. Okay, perfect. Not perfect that we lost him, but let me see what we have here. Steve, if time, swim, please. You want me to go swimming? And the ocean water is very nice this time of year out here in Florida. But that's not really what was asked for. What Dan was asking for was to take a look at ticker symbol SWIM. Hey, Dan, I wear swim shoes. They're actually a shoe company out there called Swim. Those shoes, folks, they are the best waterproof shoes you'll ever find for guys. They make them. I think they started making them for women out there. I must have at least a half a dozen of these out here. Some specifically just for when I'm out on the beach, whether I'm walking through the water or what have you. And it's great. If it starts raining, you run to the grocery store, you throw those things on. They dry out pretty quickly. You put them through the washer. Just great shoes. But that's not the Swims, I don't believe, that Dan is asking about. I'm not sure what SWIM does, but we're going to go find out what it's doing out here. What it's doing right now, it's attempting to form a weekly Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signal. It's got wave number 7, that's letter G. So that alone is a bottom signal out here. That's part of the Chapman wave. It is a small part of the Chapman wave. But right now you got a bull sash candle. That would confirm that Rhodes momentum indicator signal. And if we can get a close this week above its oscillator and change line, which is printed at 1043, we're at 1048, that's going to suggest that price wants to run to 1776 over time. The daily time frame out here has Rhodes momentum indicator signals, but no bullish reversal candle out here. Nonetheless, you've got price at about the 1050 level, and 1076 is the top of its daily profile. So you're looking for a close above 1076 out here, Dan. If you get that, even though I don't have a bottoming signal for the daily time frame, it would generate a change in trend signal by closing above resistance, the top of a daily profile out there. If I look at the other time frame charts out here, 1060 on the 195-minute chart is the TD9 count breakdown level. That's where price is dealing with right now. And you're likely to get a TD9 count top out here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. So this does suggest that you could see or should see Swim make some kind of retracement. I also see a TD9 count top on the 65-minute chart. That's suggesting a move back to the 1001 level out here, a TD9 count on the 30-minute chart here for Swim. Now, in that case, that signal is more neutral than it is anything else, but you do have topping signals out here that suggest that Swim should pull back, and that's as price earlier in the day this morning was approaching or hit that 10. The actual high of the day is 1075, and the top of that profile is 1076. So, again, fundamentals, you say, are strong, and the chart is improving. I agree with that. You'd love to see the weekly chart take out that red oscillator and change line. So maybe you're going to get a short-term pullback, and then maybe a punch higher with a close above that, and then I'd say you're really onto something. So, Dan, I hope that helps you out. Thanks much for the request. Much appreciated. G-Man wants to take a look at the SMHs out here, so we'll do just that. We'll stick to this set of white background charts. I'll leave that up on the screen. G-Man will be able to take a look at it during the breakout. Hey, folks, you should be a part of the Tiger's Den, too. I got to tell you, you know this more than anything else. What would you tell your children? Would you tell your children who you hang out with is very important? Hang out with the folks inside the Tiger's Den. It'll change your life. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back. So we're taking a look at the SMHs here for G-Man inside the Tiger's Den. And G-Man, we can see that on a monthly basis, Rhodes momentum indicator top, takes price back to the breakout level of 216.14. Price actually got down to a low of 215.23, and that was during May. So that the level held as support. Now we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, and when we take a look at the weekly time frame chart, it'll all be about tomorrow's close. Right now, it is suggesting that you have a change in trend. We haven't seen price trade above the oscillator and change line since December 31st out there. Yeah, so it's been a long time since price has been above a oscillator and change line out here. Now, we see that this bottom, there was really two bottoms, wave number 7, that's letter G, and there was a 3 drive to a bottom pattern that formed with that hammer candle the week of May 13th. So if price can close above the oscillator and change line, G-Man, this really suggests that price will go target 253.69. 253.69 is the top of its weekly profile. Is there anything to get in the way on the daily time frame? And the answer is there is not. I don't see any kind of a topping signal. If anything, we might have an A to B equals CD to the upside. The volume on that B point, that swing point, that was from May the 17th, was 5.2 million shares. When price passed it, it has not passed it yet with volume out there. So you still have an A to B equals CD. It's just not a confirmed one, as we like to say here. That does not mean that it will not go on and complete or even do an extension of that. But here's the A to B line. We'll just move this over to the C level out here, the C level, and that's the 1-to-1. Now, you don't have a bearish reversal candle. If you were to get a bearish reversal candle, then you would have a sell the D point for the daily time frame. So without that, price should continue to head higher. The likely first price target would be the swing point from April 20th, and that's at the 253.27 level. Price can get above that, the target becomes 282.66. But before that happens, today's going to be bar number 6, so be careful. You could get a topping pattern that forms next week. Nothing that you have to worry about today or tomorrow out here, so price should continue to move higher. As we look at the intraday time periods out here, I don't see any kind of signal that's going to get in the way of the semis continuing to rally today. So, G-Man, I hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for the request. There's a request to take a look at the TYL, Tyler Technologies out here. So let's go ahead and get that fired up and see what Tyler Technologies is doing. That's for rental man out here. TYL is the ticker symbol if you want to put that on your screens out here. It's going to take a moment for my white background charts to populate. Tyler Technologies is trading right now. It's just consolidating with inside its daily profile. I'm going to narrate what I'm looking at on my other charts out here. And then we'll switch over as soon as these white charts here populate. So you got a consolidation really with inside the daily and the weekly set of profiles out there. The daily profiles are 339.49 to 369. The weekly profiles 340.27 to 377.17 out there. Price is trading below its monthly profile and a trend line level of support out here. So now as we get these charts populated, the monthly chart says, look, this could head all the way back to 247.22 over time. It's not going to do that tomorrow. It's not going to do that today. If I look to the weekly time frame charts out here, I can come up with at least one, if not two, A to B equals CD patterns out here that were confirmed last week with the bull sash candle. What that should then lead to, the weekly chart has a bearish structured profile out here. So what this tells us, Rental Man, is the resistance zone is 364.87 to 377.17 out here. Odds favor price is going to go target that red oscillator and change line. So 377.17 is a likely outcome, not a guaranteed outcome. The 195-minute charts out here, they look okay, look bullish to me. Price needs to close about 364.26 to send a message to you that price is headed higher. Same thing from the 130-minute chart, the exact same price point. Same price point on the 65-minute chart. I'm getting the feeling here, Rental Man, that 362.24 is your number, or 364.26. Yeah. So if you get price to clear that, then this will continue to head higher. Again, that higher level out there right now, or the real battle is likely at 377.17. And that is TYL, and that was for Rental Man inside our Tiger's Den. Your question was, is this an A to B equals CD to the upside out there? The answer is no. To answer that question, I will switch back over to the black background chart. So it is not A to B equals CD as of yet. And here's the reason why. Let's open up the daily time frame chart. I'm assuming you were asking about a daily time frame. I still have a position, a great day, looking to sell a half position at 360. So yeah, whether it's 360 or 369, that's the top of its daily profile. But the B point of an A to B equals CD is going to be the trading session from May 27th. There was volume there at 376,000. You're trading it to today with 81,000. If price closes above that, then we would say, yes, there's an A to B equals CD pattern. If price closes above that, that being the high of May 27th, 364.26 with more than 376,000 shares, then you would have what we refer to around here as a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern with an initial price projection of 379 or 388.91 out there. So no, not a confirmation of an A to B equals CD to the upside, not just yet. So I hope that answers all of your questions out there. I don't see any other requests. Oh, there's one here from LB, writes in by email, and LB wants to take like uranium. URA is the ticker symbol out here, so we'll wait for that to populate. I'll grab a swig of water. That was URA, right? URA. As I multitask here and basically screw something up on one of my screens. Uranium right now having a wonderful day, trading out at 22.74. And what you love about that, LB, is price is now solidly above the top of its daily profile out there. In fact, you could almost say that this is trying, let me see here, 1.5. Oh, this is, so here we go. So this will help Rental Man because I'm going to switch over to the black background charts out here. I'm on the black background chart, so I don't have to switch to anything. So let's get rid of the A to B equals CD down here. And on the daily time frame, here's an A to B equals CD to the upside. The A point being the lows from May 12. The B point that I'm going to use is out here from the trading day of May 31st. The C point being yesterday's low. That was almost a 0.382 retracement, was really 35% out here. You're passing the B point, 22.75, which is where we're trading right now with more volume. The volume on that day of May 31st, 1.5 million. Today, you're at 2 million. So you want to see it close above 22.75. Now, that would give you the confirmed A to B equals C to the upside, but you do have resistance at this descending trend line out here. Today, that descending trend line will be priced about 23.69. Tomorrow, about 23.63 or so out there, but that would become your resistance level. If price can clear that, the one-to-one price projection gives you 25.47. The top of the weekly profile is 25.52. So that really becomes your target, or I say should become your target. Why should it become your target? Well, as opposed to is your target. Well, because before price gets up there, it'd have to deal with the weekly oscillator and change line, which can be a level of resistance. Now, that oscillator and change line is 23.59. So odds favor, close above 23.75, you're going to get up to the 22.75, that is. You're going to get up to the 23.59-ish area. That is a green oscillator and change line. If price closes above that, then you're back on uranium to having a rising price oscillator above zero. That would then signal your move to 25.52. So I hope that made sense to you, LB, as I look at the intraday charts out here. Not too much to worry about. 65-minute has a topping signal out here, as does the 15-minute. But no levels of support have been broken. So you may see a bit of a pullback out here. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. And you'd certainly love to see it close today above 22.75. That was for LB. Of course, folks, I'd love to hear from you, but that might have to wait till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning because we just have our last 2-minute segment that will close out the day. I believe there's one more request in here. Let me see. Can we take a look at John Deere? And we'll do that to close out the show.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back up, folks. So we take a look at John Deere here for the monthly time frame. It's got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, but price remains above the top of its profile out there. So the signal really is neutral. You need a close below 289.15 to give you something else out here. So kind of a top topping pattern in play for sure, but really a neutral signal here. Now, we don't have a neutral signal on the weekly time frame chart. If Rhodes momentum indicator top price got below the bottom of its profile, it's still within it. This could just be a counter trend move. That counter trend move should find resistance at around 382.70. That's that oscillator and change line. The daily time frame out here, what's missing, well, I take that back. That's not true. So clearly an A to B equals CD to the downside pattern. That pattern wasn't confirmed until about May 27th when price gapped to the upside out here. But price is above the top of its daily profile. That would suggest there's more of that counter trend move. That's all I can call it on the weekly time frame. But this is suggesting on the daily time frame we're supporting the idea of a move to the 382 level. The 195-minute chart, top with a TD9 count. Now, that's a beautiful thing. Why is that a beautiful thing? Because price has pulled back to support, which it held the bottom of its profile. Now, if you see a close above 362.15 or 359.72, that's going to tell you about a strong upward momentum move that should take you to 396.16, the TD9 count breakdown level for the 195-minute time frame chart. I don't have any other really great signals out here to assist you that I can see at this stage. So how are we going to call John Deere? It really does look like this wants to trade higher, maybe up to that 382 level. That confirmation, though, is going to need a close above. If you get a close above 362.15, then what the charts just communicated to you and I will unfold. So, folks, stay tuned. You've got your favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next out here. I guess just to finish off the show, you've got that spot volatility that is still below its 50-day exponential moving average out here. I'll try to get that up on our screen. And that is a bullish directional signal for the S&P 500. That says to you and I, we should expect and anticipate a further rally in the S&P 500. Folks, stay tuned for David White. Tom O'Brien will take us on home from 3 to 4. I'll be back with you tomorrow at about 8 o'clock a.m. sharp. Take care, folks. Have a good day.
Building wealth.